will see the category of the cloud computing. Okay, category of cloud computing and difference between the IAAS, PAAS and SAAS. Now there are three categories, means cloud computing is divided into three categories. That what can be provided as a services of the cloud. So it is divided into three categories: IAAS, PAAS and SAAS. IAAS, that is infrastructure as a services. That means either infrastructure is provided as a service, platform as a service means either platform can be provided as a service, platform means integrated, or the hardware plus software tool or the environment where you can develop the application, and SaaS means software as a services, either we can provide the software as a services. Now we will go for the infrastructure as a services. So in case of the infrastructure as a services, infrastructure is provided as a services based on the subscription basis as per the demand and online. Okay, so resources, infrastructure resources are provided as a services. What comes inside the infrastructure? It may be a storage, it may be a network connection, that can be an infrastructure. Hardware is virtualized in cloud. So infrastructure as a services is provided by the virtualization. That means with the use of the virtualization technology, infrastructure as a services is provided within a cloud. And how this virtualization is possible, or how the hardware is virtualized, for that I have posted a separate video. Okay, so kindly refer that one for the depth knowledge of the virtualization in a cloud computing, or how hardware virtualization is possible with the use of the hypervisor. Now in this case, CSP, that is cloud service provider, owns the entire equipment because the data center is owned by the cloud service provider. So in the infrastructure as a services, they owns everything. Just as a user we are charging them and we are using their infrastructure, means developer uses the virtual hardware instead of directly using the entire computer or the hardware. We have some virtual machine, or you can say you have one machine, or that one is using the allocated virtual hardware. So developer uses the virtual hardware. Major advantage is that dynamic scaling and elastic capacity. That means as per the demand, everything, or you can say capacity can be increased or the decreased. And major IaaS provider are Windows, Azure, AWS are major IaaS providers. We will see. That means if I will get the request, then I will post the videos that how the Windows you can work on the Windows, Azure or the Amazon Web Services platform for the IaaS provider. There are another IaaS provider also. Let's say if you search on a Google, then you will get the major vendor of the infrastructure as a service provider. Okay, now we will go for the platform as a services. Here platform, that is entire environment, integrated environment where you can develop a application, is provided as a services. So here we have written hardware and software is tools is provided as services, and generally it is a fully integrated environment where you can develop your application, or you can say development. Faster coding and development, okay, faster coding and development is possible as you are getting the latest version availability of the software, and software is up to date always. At development capacity without adding too much cost. Instead of the staff, it is a cost. Okay, that means it does not need to purchase the software and all licensed software or the hardware. That means anything you does not need to purchase if you want to do the coding or you want to develop the application. Just you have to subscribe the services you have to subscribe the services through this cloud service provider, and directly you can do your coding. And what is the major drawback that I found is vendor locking in case of the PAAS platform, because vendor locking means here the person or the user or the organization are locked with one vendor. That means, let's say suppose you are using the services from the Microsoft Azure and you want to shift to the another vendor. Let's say you want to shift to the Amazon Web Services, then it is not possible for a user to move from one vendor to another vendor easily. It needs a substantial time and some legal complexions, that because the your data, application, everything you have given to cloud service provider. Now to move everything from one CSP to another CSP is somewhat difficult. So vendor lock-in period, or you can say vendor lock-in, is a biggest disadvantage of the platform as a services. Now yes, and there are let's say there are even Microsoft Azure, all are provide, means we will see in a difference that which are the major vendor that provides the platform as a services. Now the SaaS, that is a software as a services. Here software is provided as services, that means directly you can use the software and whatever. Let's say for example we are using the Dropbox, so it is example of the software as a services. We are using the Google Docs, so in Google Docs directly we are doing like Microsoft Word. Okay, so that one is also example of the software as a services. So yes, that means services or software that one is deployed over the internet. It is based on this subscription. Directly we can subscribe it and we can use those services. It reduces the distribution and maintenance cost. That one is a it's a advantage. Automatic update with latest version, that means generally they are doing the update of software whatever it is, and always you will get the latest version or the good version of the software. These are the example. That one is currently provided as a software as a service, that is Box, Google Apps, Microsoft 365, Salesforce, Salesforce.com. Okay, if you refer all these things, then they are providing software as a services. Okay, now we will see the difference between the software as a service and platform as a services. So here one obvious difference is what? That is here application or the software is given as a services, and here application the environment is given as a services. No need to install the software. That means here you have to no need to install the software and maintain it. The same here, no need to maintain any hardware and software. CSP provide licensed software on subscription basis. All the tools are provided. In the case of the PAAS, all the tools are provided based on the subscription. So this one is the fifth one. This will give you the major SaaS provider, that is Salesforce, Google, all are the major. Microsoft, okay, all are the major SaaS cloud providers, and Google App Engine, Facebook Platform, okay, AWS, all are the PaaS provider. Google Docs, OpenOffice is example of the OpenOffice, Google Docs, Dropbox. Okay, all are Microsoft 365, all are the example of the SaaS, and Salesforce.com is example of the PaaS Drupal. And if you search on a Google, that is what are the major PaaS softwares available on the PaaS. What is the major PaaS software available for a vendor on a cloud computing environment? Then you will get the answers, means you will get the list of the name. Okay, now the difference between IaaS and SaaS. So here infrastructure as a services, and next one is a software as a services. So storage and network is provided as a service, and here application. Third one, that is no need to maintain a center. That means it does not require any data center location, and there is no need of the installation, maintenance of the server, everything. That means in case of the IaaS, everything is removed. That means that one is not needed, and so for us it is easy to expand a small business with the use of the IaaS service provider. IaaS infrastructure is available on demand on subscription basis, and here software is in. Now these are the major vendor providers, and Rackspace, GrowGreat, and still there are lots of IaaS providers. That means you can just again you can Google through it, it's easy. And second is a SaaS, that means software, as we have seen Dropbox, Google Docs, and Box, Microsoft 365, all are, that's I am using. So it is a SaaS provider. Thank you for watching my video, and let's say suppose if you have any doubt, you can write me in comment section. And if you like the videos, so please subscribe the channel, so you will get the updates whenever I will upload the new video. Thank you.